We got a brand new update. The 1.21.60 just dropped, and I don't normally make videos over the updates, but Mojang decided to break a bunch of stuff that we need to fix. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire changelog, and even though this is super duper long, most of this isn't really relevant. We're just going to touch on the things that need to be fixed and some of the brand new additions. So first and foremost, they broke creaking farms. Creaking can now spawn on top of glass, redstone, rails, levers, so we're going to have to go back in and respawn proof our creaking farms. Basically, we just need to switch out all of the glass with leaves, they still can't spawn on top of leaves, and we need to spawn proof the rails and the levers and the redstone. So place lower slabs above all of the rails and above the levers and the dust and all of that stuff. You can also now name tag the creaking and they won't despawn during the day, but they also won't produce resin during the day either. So aside from not having to spawn proof, I guess, there's no real reason to name tag the creaking for creaking farms. It is pretty cool that we can name tag creaking and not have them despawn during the day, but it doesn't mean that we can use the farms. Luckily, all of that is a super easy fix. We just need to add some more ugly spawn proofing to our creaking farms. What isn't easy to fix is they decided to break droppers and dispensers. Thank you so much. So now, if you tick a dropper or dispenser too quickly, it fails to activate. But this isn't consistent. Sometimes it just starts activating again, or sometimes it just stops. Or if you update a block that's next to the dropper or dispenser, sometimes it just decides to work again. The biggest problem with this is it's not consistent. I sat here for like 2 hours playing with different things, and I still have no clue what causes it. I mean, every 20 seconds, it'll just turn off or turn back on, regardless of what you do. But having a piston activate next to it seems to always work. Even if that piston doesn't constantly activate, it seems to keep the dispenser going. I would guess it has something to do with block updates, but it doesn't seem consistent. Sometimes when you update a block next to it, it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Or like this wheat farm that I just uploaded the day that they released this update, thankfully it works. But it doesn't look like it works. Like only one of the dispensers actually looks like it's firing. But if we check this dispenser that doesn't look like it's firing, we can see that it is. It lost a bone meal right there to grow that wheat. So it doesn't look like it's firing, but it is. And that's the biggest problem with this change, is that like, okay, you want to change something about redstone that doesn't need changing? Fine, but at least make it consistent. They took something that was fine beforehand, droppers and dispensers activating from fast clocks, and then they just broke it. They added inconsistency, where now sometimes it will just decide to not work for no reason. Thankfully, at least, all of the bone mealers in my world still work. So that also leads me to guess that it has something to do with changing the block state of the blocks next to the dispenser. I'm not sure why dispensers normally just decide to stop working now every 20 seconds or so. And what did we get for them breaking redstone and breaking farms? We got 2 new colors of pig that I spent 2 hours trying to find, so here's some pictures off of Google because I couldn't ever find them. And we also got the ability to breed 2 colors of sheep and combine the colors into the baby. So if you breed a red and blue sheep, we get a purple baby. So cool. They made 2 picture files to wrap around pre-existing skins, and they made sheep colors breedable. Awesome. That seems like such a great trade for them breaking redstone and breaking a farm. But who am I to say? I'm trying to be positive about this, but Mojang makes it so hard. Now, the best thing in this entire update, something that's been needed for like 5 years now, is they finally made persistent game settings stick around. So previously, if you changed a game rule in a realm, it would reset every time everyone logged out. But now, finally, they made those persistent. And then pretty much all of this other stuff is like slight cosmetic changes, slight sound tweaks, things that don't really matter at all. Now, there are a few optimizations in there. They actually took the time to optimize the game a little bit. Like, that's kind of mind-blowing. I really hope that affects performance, especially on servers and realms. Now, did they fix any of the actual problems we have? Like problems with pending ticks, or sand duping, or falling through portals, or falling through blocks, or tridents falling through, or armor stands being laggy? Nope. They did not. They did do a few things to pending ticks when it comes to pre-existing water or placing water onto certain plants. So that's cool. A couple of pending ticks will now not exist, you know, sweet. And then I tried really hard to find these pigs, and I just kind of gave up after a few hours of flying around spawning pigs and looking for pigs. But that's kind of the scheme, isn't it, though? Is that, like, they give us a few new skins, a couple of pictures, and then they break some farm that we love, or they break some system that we enjoy. And like, I get it. At least they're trying to update the game. But if we look at it realistically, any game that continues to make money will continue to receive updates, to continue to draw in new players, to continue to make money. And I'm not even really asking for cool new content. You know, if they want to reskin pigs, fine. Just don't break stuff that doesn't need to be broken. And please fix things that need to be fixed. You know, like, everything else is irrelevant. I don't care about anything else. But it is what it is. It's been the same story for years and years, ever since Mojang obtained the game, so there's not much we can do about it. But that's all we got for this episode. I really hope it wasn't too complainy. That's one reason I don't make update videos, is I tend to be really salty about some of the underlying issues behind this corporate nonsense. I just wanted to let you know that droppers and dispensers are having some problems, and we need to fix our Creaking farms. But always remember that you are totally awesome, and above all, don't forget to have fun. Bye-bye!